Hi Andrew, this is Daniel and I'm going to be doing a bit of a tutorial today on how to basically clean up your blog post formatting, or with the old formatting that you were using from the other thing that we were using, and also probably from the post that you had pulled in from your Blogger post, your Blogger blog. The formatting also got pulled in to this new styled website. So if you look at the difference between one of the new blog posts that I created, a mock post, you'll see that this nice kind of not old school font, but it's a more traditional font. It's a more readable font, and it's called a serif font, and it's a particular size, and it goes better with the overall styling of the blog. So you'll see this font compared to another one of your old posts on Avocado's neighborliness. Okay, so you can see here there's big spaces between paragraphs. You can see that the font it's using is some sans serif font, probably Verdana or something. Let me just check. It is okay, I'm having a bit. Okay, I think it's Open Sans, but anyway. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go through all of these posts that you want to keep on the blog, and you're gonna have to very carefully format or clean up this this styling. So what we have to do is go to Edit Post, and that will open a new. That'll open your Edit Post page. So here we can see it's got all your content, but it's all got strange styling. So what I want to do is I'm just going to select it all. An easy way to do that is to click Control A and then just click this rubber tool here, and that should clean it up really easily. And also I just want to make sure that it's paragraph. That's fine. Okay, so now I also want to delete all of the spaces, the empty spaces that we have here. And I want to remove the formatting from this as well. One thing you can always do is you can toggle between the editor and the code, just to see if there's still weird padding, weird formatting there. So I can see here there is. It's got divs here and tables and all kinds of strange things. So I'm just going to select the text again, and I'm going to change it to pre-formatted. And then I'm going to go back to paragraph, and that should fix our problem. So if I toggle to text now, there's still a few strange things here. For example, this image here, it's formatted, it's got some strange formatting on it, and we want to remove that formatting so that the blog post can be as clean and as uniform as possible throughout the site. So I'm just going to copy this caption, and I'm going to, I just want to see where this is being hosted. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to also remove this. Okay, I'm going to create a space there and re-add that image. So I'm just going to scroll down until I find it. There it is. And I don't want it to link to anything. For example, if you go to the current page, if I click on this link, it takes me off your website basically, and just to a link of the image, and then I have to press back. But I really don't want that feature. I don't think it's that important to really get a zoomed in image. So I'd rather just make it full size here and turn off the link to, so it doesn't link to a bigger sized image and it doesn't take me off the page. And I will think before it was aligned right. And so I'm just going to make sure the alignment here is on right. And the caption you had was rock pool image Ansties. So if I insert that into the post, there it is. And I'm just going to keep removing some space from here. Okay. Once again, I'm just going to copy this caption, but then I'm going to delete this whole image and re-add it. And I'm going to add it. Let's just see, was it on the left or was it on the right? Okay, it was on the left. So I'm going to go to... Okay, it was on the left of this particular paragraph. There's the paragraph, in fairness. So once again, I'm just going to click on the left of in fairness, right at the start there, and click add media. And that's the image there. I want the caption to say what you were saying before. And once again, just make sure you turn off the link and you align it where you want to. So if I click left, it will be aligned left just like this. And then you just insert that into the post. You can choose to have this image appear smaller. For example, I can make it just a thumbnail image size or even smaller than that. So for the purpose of this, I will do that. And just keep removing all this junk space here. I'm going to do the same thing again. Copy the caption. Now I'm going to delete that. And on the post, it is aligned to the right. So I'm going to add the image there. Make sure your cursor is, so it's aligned right to this paragraph. So make sure when you add the media, add it right at the start of the paragraph. And there's that image. I'll give it a caption. I'll align it right and make sure that there's no link attached to this image. And let's go again medium sized. And just make sure there's no extra space at the bottom here. So I'm going to update that. But I also noticed in your blog post, in your initial blog post, you had italicized some words. So unfortunately, when you click the rubber tool, before, remember we highlighted all the content on this post, and we clicked the rubber tool, and then we clicked pre-formatted to remove any other weird formatting, and then we clicked it back to paragraph. But unfortunately, when you click the rubber tool, it removes the italics. So I'm just going to go back here and find out where any italics appear and just re-italicize them. So there's the first one. Look, Dad, I can carry fruit. Okay. So let me just find that. There it is. And you can click Control I, or you can just highlight it and click the italic button there. And then there's probably a few more. Okay, no, there's not. Just this one here. Cheers bro and Safa bro. Okay. Cheers brew, sorry. Where is it? There it is. Safa was italicized. So I'll just make it italic and cheers brew. Okay, and now I'll make sure, because obviously we've introduced these new categories to your blog, so these old blog posts won't have them. the correct category attached. So for this particular post, I don't know what category you'd want it in, but let's just put it in faith and life now, and you can always come back in here and update. And I just want to add tags, could always help. Let's say love that. Let's say a nice hashtag would be love thy neighbor. And what else? Avocado tree. And you can add anything you want. Just any more you want to add. You can add a lot at once just by inserting a comma at the end of the hashtag. You can also say missionaries. And add. You can always add more after you've added those ones. So the feature image, I think we're happy with that, so let's keep it. And then we'll just go up to the top and click update. Then go back to the page, the post page, and I'm just going to also just refresh the page. So I click Control R to refresh, or you can always just click on the refresh button up here. So that's looking really good now. There's not all that massive space at the top, and here are our newly formatted images. Here's the caption. It just looks really smart actually. And this image, we made it a thumbnail size. So this one is potentially a bit big, but it's such a striking image. Maybe it's worth having that a bit bigger. Here's the italicized text that we set, and what else is there? So here you can see we haven't removed the spacing. So I'm gonna have to go back into the document or the edit post and find where that is. I suspect it's here. Yeah. Okay. And where else? Is there anywhere else? Okay. Let me just toggle to the text and see if there's anything that shouldn't be there. That's not supposed to be there, because it's basically this code here means it's basically there's an empty space there, so I'm just going to delete that. But even if it's not there, it's not going to kill you. So I'll update that, and then I'll refresh the page. And now that big ugly space is gone. So yeah, this post is looking really smart and really sharp, and looks like it's been styled as part of this entire blog, which is what we want. So the next thing I want to go through quickly is just to make sure, well, I'm not sure which of these posts you want to keep. These currently we have close to, oh, here we go. We've got 28 published posts, and we've got 20 drafts. So, and we've got one in trash. So I'm going to remove all of the posts for now that weren't written by you, that I had created for the blog, just for design purposes. So all you have to do is click on the ticket And then typography is, okay, I'll explain these in a second. Okay, then I'm just going to select bulk actions and the drop down menu, click move to trash and apply. So all it's going to do is move these to the trash, but it's not going to delete them permanently. So if you delete something accidentally, you can always go back into trash and find them there. There's also a few nifty pages that came with this theme to help you create more dynamic posts if you want to. So to see what these look like, I'm just going to right click open new tab on some of these. There's an audio post and there's a portfolio post. There's a SoundCloud post and a video post. And there's a quote post. So let's just see what those looks like. This is a portfolio post, but you're probably not going to need to use this because you're not really producing projects. So I can even go back and delete that one. Well, actually, I'm gonna move all of these to trash because they don't really need to be in your posts section. This is some different styling of images. Some shortcodes. So this is what a list will look like. A button, a line, image with a caption. This is an image with in a lightbox. Well, it's like an image gallery, really. Then there's an audio example. So you can actually play these audios. They're probably self-hosted.
Audio Jungle.
Yep, okay. There's SoundCloud, video, quote post, typography, all the different heading sizes and typography you can use. There's a quote text. Okay, so if you ever want to know how to do any of those things, all you have to do, for now I'm going to trash them, all you have to do is go back into trash and just see what they look like from there, and you can actually go into the post and see what formatting and they've used. But I will show you a couple of these things in the second and final tutorial on how to create a post. So for now, let me just delete these. And now if I refresh this website, it's going to look very, very different, I would imagine, because most of the posts we were using were made up posts. So now you'll notice that your content is there instead of the fake content that I'd created. And you'll see here there's only one feature image, because what we have to do is to put something in this section, this feature section, is we have to set it to do so. So let's make this one of the feature images for that section. So you can just go to the post and click on edit post up here. And I want this to be featured. Once it's featured, it will then then if I refresh this home page, it will then also feature in this section. So I'll refresh the page. Okay. So it did squish the image a little bit, but you can play around with that in terms of the actual image itself. I believe here it says the best, the recommended size for images is 800 pixels in width by 800 pixels in height. And you'll just have to Google how to change an image like that if you want to. I use Adobe Photoshop, but that's quite an advanced photo editing software, but there are options out there. So just to get this looking nice, I'm just going to do it with I'm going to make these two also featured images, and I might even do this one as well because it's such a striking image. So I'm going to turn these all into featured posts. So I'm just going to click edit post, and edit post. And then I'm going to make it featured. Update. Featured, update. Featured. And I'm going to remove uncategorized. It's actually good practice to remove it from uncategorized. For some reason, when I moved the site over, some of the images, unfortunately, the link was broken, so they don't appear anymore. But all you have to do is click on text and then find that image. So there's a lot of junk text here, or code, which is exactly why I showed you how to, use that rubber tool and just remove all the junk code that shouldn't actually be there. So here's the image, and I'll just change this here /WordPress WP, and I'll do the same thing here. After .com, let's click /WP. And are there any more images in this post? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'll update that. And then I'm going to refresh the home page. And you should see those new featured posts in this section here. Okay, perfect. And you can see here, these, I didn't give these any these are uncategorized, so there's no category here. This one is categorized in the spirituality, so we're gonna have to make sure that those have categories assigned to them. Featured, then we'll put it in faith and life. Update, and this one on the fat and juicy life, let's also put that in faith and life, and update. Then when I refresh the home page, it should add that, there it is. Now it's added the category to that post, which looks a lot better. And I also wanted to add this one. So So I'll just edit this post. And I just want to fix up these images here. Just add this /WP after the .com. I think there are another couple of images in this post. There's one. /WP /WP. But yeah, you don't have to worry about what I'm doing here with the /WP just to get the images working. Whatever posts you want to add here, when you go and clean it up, I will show you. I will go through and make sure that all the images are appearing correctly. So you don't have to worry about this for now, and you're not going to have a problem with this in the future either. And I want to give this, and I want to put this in preaching. And I'll refresh the page, the home page. And it's not putting it there. I don't know why. Perhaps you can only have 4 in that. If I go to the upfront settings, I should be able to make it so that this can display 5 posts instead of only 4, which it's currently doing. Let's just see. I think perhaps I didn't make it a featured post. Let me just check. No, it is featured. Okay. Then let's check somewhere else. Might be on the actual home page. So this is the home page. If I ever wanted to edit anything from here, just click edit, and then okay, let me look for this a bit further. Okay, I found out how to add more featured blog posts to this home slider. Currently we have it set to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All you have to do is go to your dashboard and go to BM slider, and the slider we're using is featured. Actually, I'm not sure which slider we're using. I assume it's featured posts. So let's click edit, and currently let's change it to 5. But I don't actually think this is the correct one that I was thinking of. So let's go back here to BM slider and go to slider 1 and see if that's the correct one. I believe this is the correct one because it says featured, and then click 5. Click update. and refresh. And there's that really striking image there. So now we have 5 featured posts here. With that said, it's probably not the best idea to have too many because it will slow down the loading time of your website. So I think 5 is an okay number. And everything's looking quite good. Okay, and I think that'll be all for this tutorial. The main point I wanted to get across is that you have to clean up your blog posts from the old ones that you had before. So what I need you to do is go into your posts, all posts, and literally trash any post that you don't want appearing on your website. So you just click here and then you click here, move to trash and apply. So I would love for you to do that, and then after you do that I will go into, the other thing is any posts that are currently set to draft that you want to include on your website, just click on quick edit and change to, well, first you can change the author here, but then you want to move from draft to published. Alternatively, you can go into the post and edit, make it, all you have to do to make it not a draft is click here on publish. So that's it for this tutorial. Hope it was helpful and easy to follow, and I will be in contact. And once you've gone through all the posts that you want to include and whatever you want to trash, then I'm going to go through all the posts and just make sure all the images are appearing correctly. After we do that, I'll create another tutorial, a more in-depth tutorial on posting on your blog. Thanks, Andrew.